You put your foot in and you won't allow me to shut the door and you stand there. I just about grabbed you and shoved you back because I have a reasonable expectation of privacy.
We're back. You're about to see a story about these three men and their efforts to go ice fishing, and it was thwarted by a DNR officer who attempted to put his foot inside of the building and enter without permission. They've identified the agent as Ben Huner, an officer with the Department of Natural Resources in Minnesota. These officers generally deal with hunting, fishing, and camping. You might see them in boats, snowmobiles, helicopters, and airboats. In Florida, we have the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. They're very similar. Both of these entities are bound by the Constitution and the Fourth Amendment rights of the citizens. However, Florida Fish and Wildlife is able to search coolers and places where fish may be stored. This is their exemption to the Fourth Amendment, and that holds true in Minnesota as well, with a Minnesota Supreme Court ruling indicating that they can search your vessel without probable cause. But where they cannot search is inside of these buildings. These are ice fishing houses. They're on top of a frozen lake, and they have a hole in the center of them so that people can stay inside and fish.
You didn't have permission to enter. Your foot was in the door. You had no right to be in there. And you don't have permission, do you, to enter fish houses without permission? Yes or no?
Do you guys have another license?
Do you have permission, Ben, to enter a fish house and hold your foot in the door the way you just were?
When the door was opened?
Do you have a right to enter then?
At the door.
You have a right to enter if the door.
I didn't enter the door.
I didn't enter. Was your foot in the door?
We've all seen cops use this tactic, sticking their foot in the door, blocking it so that you can't shut the door.
In the door. Answer the question.
Guys, can I get another
Ben,
license?
was your foot inside the door? It was. Did you allow me to close the door, Ben? No, you held your foot there. I was just about going to shove you backwards. You don't have a right to enter the fish house, and you know it. There's 4 licenses there.
Can I get fish, guys?
You can see this cop's eyes exploring inside when he opens the door to provide a fishing license.
Keep the door shut, Stan.
Yep.
We have absolutely nothing to hide, but the point of the matter is we have a reasonable expectation of privacy without you barging in. Mm-hmm. And I'm asking that my rights are protected today.
Yeah.
Okay? That's all I'm asking. And you're not barging into any fish house that I'm ever in. I'm just not getting pushed
That's
around.
all I got for you, Steve.
Thank you.
You really think I was trying to push you around?
Ben, you stuck your foot in the door and you started barging in. And I'm here to say...
I was not barging in.
Was your foot in the door, Ben?
Yeah.
And would you allow me to close the door? Did you allow me to close the door?
We had to figure out what was going on there.
Do you have your right to stick your foot in my fish house beyond the door without my permission? The answer is no. Yeah. I'm just asking you, do your job properly. Don't push it, Ben. Can I ask you not to push it beyond the scope of what you're allowed to do? I got a memo from the colonel of the DNR instructing all game wardens, and it was given to me, and it said, stop barging into fish houses. And when you come to the door and nobody tells you you can come in.
Why did the colonel of the DNR send you a...
I got a copy of it. I got a copy of it. I got a copy of it from one of the wardens, and it said, stop entering fish houses. And now you put your foot in, and you won't allow me to shut the door, and you stand there. I just about grabbed you and shoved you back because I have a reasonable expectation of privacy. You're recording this. I have a right to record it. It reeks of corruption.
My goodness.
It reeks of corruption. Okay? Have a good day, Ben.
Now it's evident to me when he throws the my goodness out there that he's just like any other cop that wants to violate your rights. When you assert your rights, they think you're being difficult and they want to ridicule you for standing up for those rights. Now this isn't the first time that they've come in contact with this game warden. There's another video that they talk about where this man injured an elderly man. They filed a complaint, but they stated that there's not enough evidence to do anything about it. At some point, the citizens are going to be tired of that old saying, they're just doing their job.
We politely asked him to leave, get his foot out of the door.
And not come in.
He had not the right to come in.
Did you have anything to hide in here today?
Nothing.
But we're exercising our right, right?
Exactly.
Our right?
Now, in fact, I did get my hands on a memo, just like he was mentioning in the video here. In the Minnesota Court of Appeals, State versus Krenz, they decided that it is a Fourth Amendment right to be secure against unreasonable searches and seizures